We have 4 new meditations on hightimelinebooks.com that can help you in your high timeline journey. Jump into prosperity with the Quantum Jumping Meditation from Burt Goldman and get all 3 of the prosperity meditations for the price of 2 with the bundle, all on hightimelinebooks.com. Happy Halloween. Oh, don't you love this time of year? It is so wonderful. October 31st, closing out the month the way we do every year, having fun, especially if you have kids. And if you do and you're celebrating Halloween together as a family tonight, tell your kids a big happy Halloween from old Thomas, the astrology guy. I have a good friend whose daughter calls me astrology guy. Well, happy Halloween, everybody, from astrology guy. All right, here's what we're going to do. Today, I'm going to take a look at the new moon tomorrow because it's early in the morning, and then a couple of things on Saturday, and then Elisa Dixon's coming back tomorrow to talk about a couple of more positive aspects over the weekend. She said, I've been doing some heavier stuff here. I'd like to do something lighter. Well, okay, you've got it, Elisa, and she'll join us tomorrow. Level Up on Sunday, Merriman on Saturday, and back here on Sunday. So that's what we're going to do over the next several days. Now, the new moon tomorrow is in Scorpio, so we must have a lunar change, sign change today, and we do at 1:30 Eastern. The moon leaves Libra for Scorpio. And then one of those trine aspects, you know how we've been counting all the positive versus the negative aspects in the chart? Same thing today, far more positive aspects. And one of them is a trine between exactly Mercury and Neptune. In fact, it's part of a grand trine. That's the big triangle in the circle, and Mars is the other point planet. So you've got Mercury and Neptune exact, and Mars close enough, and that's the triangle that you have in the circle. So this is a really powerful aspect, or Mars wouldn't be there. It's a water trine, so it's all water signs, and that means it's emotional. Neptune is at a focal point, so it's about our soul. It's about redeeming our connection with God, with the home office, with Source. Mars, Cancer, ruled by the moon, powerful intuitions today and through the weekend. Excellent time to trust your gut. And then Mercury, your thinking monkey mind, will fall right in because it really can't resist the other two. Oh, we could spend 30 minutes just on this grand trine. But we better get on to the new moon because all of this is setting up that beautiful creating energy tomorrow morning at 8:47 in the morning Eastern at 9 degrees 35 minutes of Scorpio. The sun and the moon are together for this wonderful fall October new moon. You know, it's been fun looking back at the chart when I was born because the planets, the sun and the moon, are so close to where they were then. And the day after I was born in the afternoon was a new moon, which was Halloween. And back then it was on Saturday. So what a fun time that would have been, too. If you do a new moon practice, the thing to add to it this time is take it deeper. It is Scorpio after all. And just remember, with that grand trine, you have a ton of intuition behind this new moon. So feel into it. Feel your gut. Feel what feels right. And visualize that. Work on it. I'm doing a Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast right after I finish this one, and we're going to talk about that. So you could check that out as well. It's going to be all about manifesting and creating from a visual perspective. And for those catching it in real time, like in the next week or so, there's a free gift for you in that podcast as well. Now, over the weekend, we have the big aspect we've talked about last week and this week on the video, the weekly video as well. It's the Mars opposition to Pluto. And this is the one that gets everybody's attention. We've been looking at all these positive, favorable aspects leading up to this, but Sunday morning at 6:37 a.m. Eastern Time, Mars and Pluto will be exactly across from each other. If you've been feeling tension, if you've been feeling pressure, I have. Hit me big time a couple of days ago, just as we talked about. This is increasing every day. The tension around this is building. This is an aspect of conflict, tensions, hopefully not, but possibly aggressions. And just keep it in mind. And when things happen, you're going to have to deal with them, but you need to keep in mind what energy is there that could tip things a little bit farther than they need to go. Believe me, I know from which I speak. I've got a situation that came up this week that put me right here. And when you look at the chart, you look at all those positive aspects, and the ones that we have on Saturday involve, well, Jupiter is sextile to Chiron. Mercury is trine to Mars. That's a good aspect. Mercury is also trine to Pluto. And then Sunday night, late toward bedtime, Venus is across from Jupiter and also is in its own trine with Chiron. So every one of those, well, except the opposition, the Venus opposite Jupiter. But those are the two benefics. I mean, that's just some little bit of tension to pull the rope, you know? I mean, it's like, and that's actually an interesting aspect because Venus is in Jupiter's sign. See, I see that opposition in my little warped way of looking at the chart of Venus sitting over there in Jupiter's territory, waving at Jupiter over there in Gemini, which it doesn't like. It's been grumpy, and it's saying, hey, lighten up over there, trying to get Jupiter to smile just a little bit. But the thing that we need to keep our awareness on is the big Mars and Pluto opposition. This truly could be one of the most impactful and significant aspects of the entire year. And of course, tomorrow we're talking about rolling into November. 5 days later, we have a presidential election. That aspect will still be very strong. There are all kinds of descriptors we could put around it. The thing I'm going to give you that I implemented for myself is just stop. Stop. Regroup. Regather. Breathe. Rest. Step away. Don't walk into aggressive conflict unnecessarily. And see, this is becoming so much more clear for me. You may be fully aware of this aspect. You may have been watching this aspect for 2 weeks, like we've been talking about. It's been in your subconscious, and it's been in your conscious mind, and you're thinking about it, and you're aware of it. But others around you are clueless to this aspect. And that's the scary part, because they're not knowing how to handle this, so they're freaking out. Anxiety, aggression, anger, controlling, reactionary, all of that could be accompanying this. And this is even more to go into, but this Pluto position is just about, not quite, just about at the midpoint between Saturn in Pisces and Venus in Sagittarius. And goodness, I could go on for that one for another couple of more minutes, but basically everything controlled by Venus, including relationships, money, home, beauty, family, what we love, our valuables, and that's not just material things, that's what's really important to us, could come under this struggle and this challenge. And then on the Saturnian side, it could be our karma, it could be our stability could get teetered from this as well. And that midpoint is uber powerful. So the thing about this weekend, you've got the new moon on Friday, and it's such a good one. You've got all these good aspects. So you need to be, and then tuning in to the intuition. So it really is a time to stay so close to your spiritual practice. Let it be your guide. And if the conflict comes, that will be what you lean on to get through it. Again, speaking from experience. You guys have a great one. I love you so much. Have a wonderful Halloween and a great weekend. See you back on Saturday and Monday and Sunday. Bye.